On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be looking at another release from the DC Direct Batman Arkham Asylum Series 1 figures. We're looking today at the Clown Prince of Crime. We're going to be looking at the Joker with Scarface. Probably, I think, the hardest of the four figures from Series 1 to get. Joker, I would probably even say the Harley Quinn figure, but both of them were very hard to find, at least in my local areas, and that was the reasoning why I had to wait for a reorder of them to arrive on Big Bad Toy Store. As soon as they did, I jumped on them, got the figures, very happy inside. I got a warm tingling going on right now. Don't worry, I'm going to have it looked at after I have this review finished. But I was very excited to get the Joker. The Joker features the same packaging as that of the Batman. We've got ourselves the Batman cowl with the ears and everything going on there, and then the very cool backdrop of Gotham City with a very cool moon in the background. The background is light enough that the character, the figure in front of the card, really stands out, and I think this makes for one of the more successful packages from DC Direct. Very, very cool. On the back of the package, other figures that you can get in this wave. We've got Joker, we've got Scarecrow, Harley Quinn, and finally Batman. There is really no read-up, certainly nothing more than what I've already covered with the Batman. So I won't actually read the back description of that. I would hopefully think that everybody who is currently watching this video has already watched the Batman video that I uploaded, so you guys forget for some reason the read-up, I'll just go back and watch that video again. By all means, I certainly encourage you guys watching my videos, so I'm not going to shy away from that. But the figures as a whole, very, very cool. The Batman I absolutely loved. The Harley Quinn I was really looking forward to, but I've really been looking forward to getting this Joker. Now that I have him guaranteed, you know what we're going to do next. We're going to get this opened up, and we're going to have ourselves a look at the Joker. There's more on the way, guys. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And as with every other figure that you're going to get in the Batman Arkham Asylum figure set, you're going to get the standard variety pizza disc display stand. Very generic, very basic. The hair didn't come with the stand. I have included that for your viewing pleasure. You get a very basic stand. It is what it is. You put this down. The other accessory, if you can call it an accessory, that comes with Joker is, I zoom in the camera here, we got ourselves I was going to say Scarecrow. We got ourselves Scarface. I like the work done on Scarface. I like the fact that it has a very wood-like feel to it. Definitely something that has just been whittled down, perhaps on a larger block of wood. The detailing is very, very nice. The teeth and everything else is very well detailed. The jacket is very nice as well. There is the slot on the back there that you can actually put on Joker's hand. We'll do that in a second, but I just wanted to show you quickly the Scarface here, just because I'm probably not gonna cover him any much more than what I'll just be talking about right now. Scarface's articulation is that he has a swivel head. It doesn't appear to be a ball joint. It can only turn left and right. He also does have a swivel arm that will allow his arms to move back and forth. And he also has swiveled legs, allowing the legs to move back and forth as well. There are I was going to say 3 points of articulation that if you're not careful, you could very well break the figure, because on the back here, if I zoom, well, you know what, we'll zoom in just a little bit here. You'll see actually there's a point here which is actually sculpted. I mean, obviously it's clearly indicated here, the fact that it doesn't carry over to the front of the arm, but looking at it quickly you might assume that that's a bend in the elbow. It is not. It's actually just molded into the plastic. So don't certainly attempt to bend it. You could break the arm. The one thing I will point out though is the legs. And I believe the Review Revolution mentioned this as well. Certainly a crucial bit of information, something that I should be pointing out as well. Once again, they've sculpted the back legs as if they've sculpted the elbows, indicating to you that perhaps that is a point where the knees can bend. Unlike the elbow, which is completely sculpted in the front, which would then lead you to believe it is not a piece that can bend. The legs actually, however, do have the hinges on both sides. So you would look at it and assume that you can actually bend these knees. You can't actually bend the knees, it's just been sculpted that way. So do not try attempting to bend the knees because it's going to come right off. The only articulation appears to be in the actual upper leg. So there you go. Just a little bit of information there for you guys to consume, to chew on, to enjoy. So that's Scarface. We're going to put him down for a second. He'll come back. Don't worry. He'll make an appearance again in this review. Let's actually have a look at Joker now. Let's zoom in first at his face, because I think that is certainly the biggest draw of this character, is the fantastic sculpt on his face. The detailing work on him is quite nice. I think this depicts certainly a much more realistic and aged Joker, if you will. This shows Joker, I think, as his years have progressed, as he's gotten a little older. You can see the receding hairline, which is nice. The detailing on his eyes is really, really cool too. You can even see that his eyes appear to be a green as well, which I think really, really adds to the character. He's also got the yellowed teeth. Not perfectly white, but just that really bit of creepy, devilish kind of smile going on there as well. And panning out, zooming out, you can see a lot of good detail work has been done to his jacket. He's got himself the bow tie. I don't know if he's got himself what looks to be a flower. He's got himself a vest. The paint overall is pretty clean. There's little areas here where it kind of looks like it's a bit sloppy, but it's not too bad actually. It's really, really nice. He's got himself a chain that's permanently attached to his pocket, but it is actually a real chain, which I like as well. But the pinstripe suit that they've got on him, complete with tail, is really, really nice. Well executed. Paint, as I said, is overall pretty clean. I think they've done a really, really good job on the figure itself. I also like the fact, something that's probably not necessarily needing to point out, but I do like the fact that even the cuffs of his I guess his shirt are peeking out from the bottom of his jacket sleeve. I really think that's a nice little added touch that didn't have to be added, but the fact that it is very, very cool. Now, I won't say necessarily this is my favorite Joker. I certainly have other favorites I think that take priority to this one, but I do like this Joker quite a bit. In the way of Joker's articulation, let's zoom the camera back a little further spot. They need to see what's going on. Joker has a swivel in the head. It is a ball joint, which will allow him to move his head down. You can't really move it up, just due to the fact that his hair prevents that back of the head from being able to go any further. But certainly you can kind of get him in a couple of different poses. He's got a pin and socket shoulder. Somebody has also asked me, let me just take a moment here. Somebody actually has asked me, whoa, hey, look how quickly I zoomed in. Somebody actually asked me, Spot, what is the difference between a ball joint and a pin and socket joint? You often refer to it. I'm a little confused. Well, let me break this down to you, Billy Rutherford. Let me show you what the difference is. A ball joint, usually, if I can describe it with my knuckle, which is a very bad example, but basically a ball joint is usually a hinge sitting in a socket, and you can rotate it. A pin and socket joint generally is the piece of one limb is sticking out as an actual lip, and then what they do is they actually clamp the secondary joint on it, allowing for a hinge. In this case, it does appear that he has a pin and socket joint shoulder. He has a hinged elbow. As you can see here. He has a swivel in the wrist. He has no articulation from the looks of it in his waist. He's got a swiveled leg. The leg also appears to bend out ever so slightly, but I would advise caution that you don't move it out too much. You might break the leg. He also does have knee articulation, and he also has a swivel in the foot. The foot doesn't look like it can move up and down, but certainly it can move left and right. Now, as going back to Scarface here, I was going to say Clayface. I want to say everything apparently but Scarface. He has the little slot in the back of his back here, and you can take the fingers of Joker and just sandwich them in there. It's not a fantastic fit. I mean, it doesn't sit in there as well as it could. As you can see, it falls out quite frequently. But I don't know. I'm not really one that I would necessarily display Joker with him anyways, but you can certainly do that if you so wish. I kind of wish Joker had come with more accessories really than just Scarface. Maybe he had given him something else. I don't know. But overall, I mean, I really like the Joker. It's a good solid figure. Again, it's not one of my favorite Jokers, but I do like the detailing that they've done on the face. I think for anybody who's been looking for kind of an older, aged Joker, I would say this is certainly a great Joker. I mean, not even for anyone that is necessarily an Arkham Asylum fan, but just anyone that's been looking for a really aged comic-style Joker. I think this would probably be a good route or a good road to go. This Joker, I'm gonna give him a 9. Some people would probably say, Spot, why didn't you give him a 10? I like him, but I don't know if I would say he's a perfect Joker. You know, there's always in the back of your mind what you picture to be an ideal figure of a character. While this Joker is really, really nice, I don't know if I would necessarily say he is a perfect Joker, but Joker certainly garners here a 9. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the DC Direct Arkham Asylum. We're looking at Series 1 Joker. I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. There are 2 more reviews on the way for the other Arkham Asylum figures from Series 1. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.